These were the standings after the first 15 games last season. The Rockets just parted ways with Carmelo after their shockingly slow start, and we were all talking about it. Similar thing with the Jazz and San Antonio. On the other hand, the Memphis Grizzlies' 10-5 opening was amazing and they looked good on the court. Their final record, however, was 33-49, a whole 16 games under 500. Meanwhile, Houston got to the number 4 seed, so you could definitely say that the season started off a bit strange. And you can expect a similar thing this season as well, maybe even more so this year. Let me explain why. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Let's begin with the Clippers. When the blockbuster move happened for them, we all pretty much assumed that we'll see the dynamic duo of PG and Kawhi playing together right from the get-go. But as Paul George admitted himself, he did not one but 2 surgical procedures to address the injuries on both shoulders that noticeably hindered his performance in the playoffs. At the moment, PG feels about 90% healthy and said that he's out for the entire October, which is 6 games, and hoping to return somewhere in November. Imagine the fact that he goes into a season not even fully healthy on a body part that directly impacts shooting, and we're not even talking about getting into a nice rhythm. That will definitely take some time. And while he's out, this is the grueling schedule that his teammates are going to have to face at the start. As you can see, with the 2 obvious exceptions, the first 11 games for the Clippers are extremely tough, and I'm not saying that they will lose all of these games, but just to let you know that in case they don't have the best opening, you can attribute that to the tough schedule and their injured superstar. And of course, there's going to be more than enough time for them to get it going. Then you have a team like the Pacers, who already showed last season that they can still play great without Victor Oladipo, and looking at their first 10 games, not only should they be able to stay afloat while their all-star comes back, but I feel like they can have a strong start. Indiana will begin the season playing 10 Eastern Conference teams like Chicago, Washington, Orlando, Charlotte, and Cleveland twice, so you could see the optimism for a team that showed last year that it's extremely well coached and also added guys like Malcolm Brogdon and Jeremy Lamb. And of course, we can't forget about marquee teams like the Nets and the Lakers, who both made a lot of changes to their rosters and will generate a lot of publicity, either positive or negative. Just think about how last season the main topics of discussion were Kyrie struggles with Boston to live up to expectations, and similar thing with LeBron missing the playoffs. With all the hype surrounding these teams, I feel like even a 6-4 opening to the season will cause some uncomfortable situations in the locker room. But again, 1, I'm not saying this happens, and 2, we already know that there's going to be a lot of adjustments for teams at the start of the year and a lot of time for them to make things right. With all the changes in the offseason, it's impossible to predict how different teams will adapt and how that will reflect in their first few games. So this is just a heads up to not jump to conclusions based on the first 3 or 4 games. News outlets will definitely do that, so don't fall for it. As I showed you at the start of this video, teams can start off hot or cold, so just give them some time and enjoy the start of the season. The NBA is finally back, baby. Let me know in the comments which teams do you think will be a surprise at the beginning, either a positive or a negative one. That's it for now. If you like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss my future in-depth analysis. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.